High in the remote Andes Mountains of South America, there exists a rare fiber often called the fiber of the gods. It comes from the vicuña, a sacred, endangered camelid whose fleece is the source of the most luxurious and expensive wool in the world. Harvesting this precious fiber is no simple task, and it has been the life's work of Don Pedro and his family for many years. What is his secret? How can one gather such a rare material while still protecting this revered animal of the Andes? Join us as we uncover the answer in today's video. Unlike domesticated sheep, vicuñas roam free in the wild, so their fleece cannot be harvested in the same way. Instead, communities perform the ancient chakra ritual, a collective roundup that allows their fiber to be taken without harming them. To corral these swift creatures requires deep knowledge, patience, and coordinated effort. One careless move during the herding process can injure both the animals and the farmers themselves. At over 4,000 meters above sea level, vicuñas roam vast open landscapes stretching across thousands of square kilometers. Unlike cattle or sheep, they are not raised in conventional farms. Instead, their natural environment itself is their farm, where they graze, breed, and grow freely. Although not confined, Don Pedro still manages the herds carefully. Most monitoring is done by direct observation. To keep them healthy, he avoids growth hormones and antibiotics, relying entirely on the balance of their natural habitat. This model follows the principle of non-interference. Rather than controlling their lives, the focus is on protection and sustainable management, ensuring both the preservation of the species and the exceptional quality of their fiber. Now let's follow Don Pedro as he harvests the vicuña's fleece. The process begins with the traditional Incan chakra ritual. Hundreds of villagers work together, forming a vast human chain to gently drive the vicuñas into temporary enclosures. Once inside, each animal is carefully restrained and quickly shorn using electric clippers. The process is designed to be as swift and stress-free as possible, ensuring no harm is done. After shearing, every vicuña is marked and immediately released back into the wild. The markings help communities track which animals have already been clipped, since each one can only be shorn once every 2 years. From the ritual to refinement, the vicuña's fleece undergoes a meticulous and complex production process before becoming luxury yarn. First, the raw fiber is hand-sorted according to color and fineness. The fleece from the back is the softest and most valuable. It is then gently cleaned to remove dust and impurities, a delicate process that must not damage the fragile fibers. The most crucial step is spinning. Fine strands are carefully drawn into ultra-thin yarn. Vicuña fibers average only 13 microns in diameter, among the softest in the world. This yarn is then woven into exquisite fabrics. For centuries, this fabric was reserved exclusively for Incan royalty. Today, it is used in luxury coats, scarves, and high-fashion garments. Creating just one sweater requires the fleece of 6 to 7 vicuñas, and such a garment can sell for anywhere from several thousand to tens of thousands of dollars. And yet, the local farmers who dedicate their lives to caring for and shearing these animals receive only a tiny fraction of this value, leaving many families still living in poverty despite their crucial role in the supply chain. From start to finish, the vicuña remains profoundly different from other domesticated animals. It retains its wild spirit and natural freedom. Thus, the story of vicuña fiber is not only about the rarest and most valuable wool on earth, but also a symphony between nature and humanity, where the efforts of farmers like Don Pedro lie not in building pens and barns, but in patience, resilience, and respect. What do you think about this remarkable animal? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The tomato farming industry is one of the largest and most valuable agricultural sectors globally. From open field farms in North America to cutting-edge greenhouses in Europe, the demand for fresh, high-quality tomatoes continues to soar. However, the process of harvesting and packing tomatoes still heavily relies on manual labor, which is increasingly scarce, unreliable, and costly. Faced with this challenge, researchers and tech companies have been tirelessly seeking solutions to automate this process. Now, let's dive in and explore together. At Wageningen University in the Netherlands, researchers have developed a prototype for an automated tomato harvesting robot designed for greenhouse environments. This system features flexible robotic arms, supported by high-resolution 3D cameras and spectral sensors, enabling precise detection of ripe tomatoes hidden within dense foliage. Notably, the robot is equipped with deep learning AI capable of distinguishing between tomato varieties, identifying diseased fruit, or those not yet fully ripened. Additionally, the robot can adjust its grip strength, arm movement speed, and approach angle to ensure the fruit's skin remains undamaged. Moreover, each harvest is a learning opportunity. Data is recorded and analyzed to refine the control algorithms, making the robot increasingly accurate and responsive over time. Programmed for precision and seamless operation, the robot navigates along rows of plants using a self-propelled wheel system equipped with collision avoidance sensors. AI-powered cameras scan each plant, signaling when ripe tomatoes are detected. The robotic arm then gently approaches, detaching the fruit from the stem with a twisting motion that mimics human movement. The harvested tomatoes are carefully placed into cushioned trays designed to minimize damage during transport. Some advanced systems even incorporate surface temperature sensors to identify sun-damaged or internally spoiled fruit that might escape the naked eye. With specialized LED lighting tailored to specific spectral ranges, the robot operates efficiently at night or in low-light conditions. On average, a modern robot can harvest between 20 and 35 tons of tomatoes per hour, far surpassing manual labor and unaffected by weather or work hour limitations. 1. Immediately after harvesting, the tomatoes are transported via a smart conveyor system to a central processing area. There, robots inspect each tomato using multispectral cameras paired with artificial intelligence, evaluating quality based on criteria such as color uniformity, firmness, surface shape, and size. Tomatoes meeting the standards are sorted by robots into trays arranged in an optimized geometric structure, minimizing wasted space and preventing collisions during transport. Advanced packing robots can also perform layer stacking, ensuring even weight distribution within each box to maintain freshness longer and reduce the risk of bruising during long-distance shipping. Additionally, each tray is equipped with a QR code or RFID tag recording details like production batch, harvest date, greenhouse location, and even the type of fertilizer used. This is crucial for ensuring quality, managing risks, and meeting international food safety standards. It's clear that the introduction of robots in tomato farming and packing is not only a technological revolution but also addresses long-standing challenges in modern agriculture, such as reducing reliance on manual labor, increasing precision and consistency, and optimizing productivity, among others. Of course, for these robots to achieve widespread commercial adoption, several hurdles remain. The initial investment costs are still high, requiring support from governments or modern cooperative models. Additionally, robots are still being refined to better handle complex scenarios outside greenhouses, such as rain, wind, uneven terrain, or asymmetrical plant canopies. Nevertheless, with the rapid advancements in robotics, artificial intelligence, and next-generation sensors, the vision of every tomato farm being equipped with a fleet of professional robot workers is no longer far-fetched. This marks a pivotal turning point, ushering global agriculture into a new era, an era of automated, precise, and sustainable farming. For a long time, farmers have adopted integrated farming models combining livestock and crop cultivation to enhance productivity and economic efficiency, with the model of raising fish or shrimp in rice fields becoming popular in many Asian countries. However, the most prominent and successful model is arguably the integration of crab farming with rice cultivation in China. So today, join us as we explore how the crab rice integrated farming model has transformed the lives of Chinese farmers. Currently, the largest area for crab farming in rice fields in China is located in Panjin City, Liaoning Province, where over 10,000 farmers are implementing this model. According to statistics from the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Affairs of China, the Rice Production Alliance in this region sells approximately 700,000 tons of rice annually, generating revenue of over 5 billion yuan, equivalent to more than $650 million. The crab farming area alone spans 1.7 million acres, with an annual output of about 75,000 tons of river crabs. These figures not only reflect impressive economic achievements but also demonstrate a sustainable and innovative approach to agriculture. So, how is this model implemented? Instead of using costly pesticides, weeding, or soil improvement methods, farmers simply dig small trenches or low-lying areas in the rice fields to create habitats for crabs, then release crab juveniles at the start of the rice season. The crabs forage naturally, moving gently in the water without harming the rice roots. Remarkably, this modification is done only once but can be used for multiple subsequent seasons, significantly reducing initial investment costs. After transplanting rice, farmers release crab juveniles, typically native Chinese river crabs, at an appropriate density to ensure both crabs and rice thrive without competing for resources. As the rice plants grow, they form a natural canopy, shielding the crabs from harsh sunlight and predators. In return, the crabs help eliminate insects, consume algae, and eat some weeds, naturally cleaning the rice fields without the need for chemical pesticides. Another interesting aspect is the crab's ability to forage effectively on their own. In the rice fields, they feed on weeds, plant residues, insects, and occasionally supplemental feed like crushed snails or small fish provided by farmers. As a result, the cost of raising crabs is minimal compared to other intensive farming methods. The growth cycle of rice, spanning 3 to 4 months, aligns with the time it takes for crabs to reach marketable size. Rice is harvested first, after which farmers drain the fields to make crab collection easier. Since crabs have high commercial value, harvesting is done carefully to avoid breaking their claws or legs, ensuring the quality of the final product. On average, farmers can cultivate 2 rice crops per year, equivalent to 2 crab cycles, doubling their income from the same land area. According to local farmers, each mu of rice field can yield about 100 kilograms of river crabs, equivalent to roughly 7,000 crabs. Moreover, because crab farming requires minimizing chemical fertilizers and pesticides, the entire field is cultivated in a natural, organic manner. This significantly improves the quality of the rice, transforming it into organic rice, a highly sought-after product in China's domestic market. Beyond its economic benefits, river crabs hold immense culinary value. Each autumn, hairy crabs become highly coveted, with premium restaurants in Shanghai, Beijing, and Guangzhou serving them at $40, $100 per dish. Top-quality crabs, large and rich with roe, can even command up to $200 per serving. Moreover, in the face of climate change, droughts, and global food security threats, the rice crab co-culture model is gaining traction as a sustainable solution, not only in China but also spreading to Southeast Asian nations like Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, and India, where traditional wet rice farming thrives. And that's a wrap for the video. What are your thoughts on this model? I'd love to hear your insights. Share your opinions or experiences with similar farming practices. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, and follow for more content. Fish and frogs, two species that seem unrelated, are being raised together by some farmers in the same pond. Sounds hard to believe, doesn't it? Why is this possible? If you're curious, this video will provide the answers. Let's explore together now. In recent years, frog farming has gradually become popular in many rural areas of Southeast Asia. Frogs, with their fast growth, adaptability, and high economic value, are being chosen by farmers as a promising new direction. Thai frogs, hybrid field frogs, and supermeat frogs are the most common breeds, primarily raised in floating net cages on pond surfaces. Thanks to their tasty, low-fat, and nutrient-rich meat, frogs are not only in high demand domestically but are also exported to various Asian markets. In addition, freshwater fish such as tilapia, catfish, carp, and grass carp have long been the backbone of the aquaculture system in the region. With their strong adaptability, ease of care, and fast growth rates, these fish play a crucial role in providing animal protein for millions of households while generating stable income for people in lowland, riverside, or irrigation-favorable areas. Against this backdrop, a significant question arises: is it possible to combine frog and fish farming in the same pond system? At first glance, this idea may seem risky, even unrealistic. Many assume that these two aquatic species would compete for food and living space, potentially harming each other's growth. However, upon closer examination, this model is not only feasible but also delivers high economic efficiency and sustainability. In practice, fish and frogs can coexist without conflict. The reason lies in their placement within different layers of the ecosystem. Fish swim freely in the pond's depths, while frogs are raised in net cages or floating platforms on the water's surface. This separation of living spaces prevents fish from preying on frog eggs or juveniles while allowing for more effective feed management. Moreover, uneaten frog feed that falls to the pond below serves as an additional nutrient source for the fish, creating a mutually beneficial symbiotic relationship. Additionally, the waste and excrement from frog cages provide organic matter to the pond, promoting the growth of microorganisms and plankton, which serve as a natural food source for fish. Conversely, the presence of fish in the pond helps clean the water at the bottom, reducing pollution and maintaining ecological balance. This is a prime example of a closed-loop agricultural model that minimizes investment costs while increasing profitability from both species. From an economic perspective, this integrated model delivers dual benefits. After approximately 60-70 days, frogs can reach a weight of 200-300 grams each, ready for markets. Meanwhile, fish raised alongside them reach harvestable size after 4-6 months. As a result, farmers can achieve 3-4 frog harvests in 1-2 fish harvests per year, optimizing pond space and shortening the capital recovery period. A farm with a pond area of about 1,000 square meters, if well managed, can generate millions of USD annually from this combined farming model. However, to achieve the highest efficiency, the design and operation of the system must be carefully calculated. The pond needs an active water supply and drainage system, with a depth of 1.5 meters, to ensure a stable living environment for the fish. Frog cages should be made of sturdy stainless steel or bamboo frames, floating on the water surface with plastic buoys. Each cage requires thick netting to prevent frogs from escaping while allowing good water circulation. A suitable stocking density is around 100-150 frogs per square meter, with fish density adjusted based on the species to avoid localized pollution. Importantly, selecting appropriate feed for both species is a key factor in optimizing farming efficiency. Frogs are typically fed floating industrial pellet feed, supplemented with natural sources like crickets, worms, or larvae. Fish, on the other hand, primarily feed on algae, plankton, sinking feed, and uneaten feed that falls from the frog cages. This clear distinction in feeding habits significantly reduces competition. With all these benefits, it's no surprise that more and more farmers in Southeast Asia are adopting the integrated fish and frog farming model. This is not only a creative solution to increase income but also reflects a sustainable production mindset, closely tied to the environment and natural regeneration. In the context of climate change and increasing disease risks, this model could be a promising new direction for modern agriculture. The video ends here. What do you think about this model? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for following this journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. See you in the next videos.